Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Today we had some technical abilities, so bear with me. It happens once in a while. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to day 9. We had some technical difficulties, so let me just jump on, speak to you, right, and just cover some few basic points. Day 9 of the stream. Those of you who have not been catching up with the previous one, my name's John Mohammed, founder of SupremeX DAI and SupremeX Agents, and we're building a multifaceted platform which will represent the digital future of work, where we have at least 60 plus agents which we deploy into small businesses, founders, coaches, agencies, any business who wants to accelerate their growth and productivity with AI. So day 9, right, in the technical difficulties. Most people are looking at AI wrong, completely wrong. And why? This is about why businesses who figure out it early, like working with AI agents and having a digital workforce, will skyrocket phenomenally. Now, most people think they're using AI, but they're really having a conversation with it. They open ChatGPT or Claude, ask a question, get one answer, and think of the next prompts. Every step depends on them. They decide what to ask, evaluate the response, and manually move the work forward, right? AI never takes an initiative or can't act because it's always told to do the next prompt. Now, in the day where we are with artificial intelligence, it's changing, it's transforming businesses, right? And you just have to get much smarter with how you use it. Why millions of people are stuck in this one prompt at a time workflow, a completely different way of working is emerging completely. The companies pulling ahead aren't using AI as a tool. They're building teams of AI agents that work towards a goal, not prompts. Instead of telling AI every single step, they define an objective, and AI breaks the problem into tasks so it can execute them, check their work, improve its efficiency, and do the whole role from beginning into end till the job is done. Human beings stop being like our engine behind every action and every thought. And they must understand that to become more productive, they must operate an entirely AI native business, working with AI agents, handling the research, marketing, sales, customer support, operations, and coding. As I say that, I'm going to show you my swamp of AI agents. So times is changing big time. Normally we vibe code on here so you can see the live works. But let me show you my agents in the working session. For those of you have never seen, here is a dashboard of a swamp of my agents at work. And today's stream is about making that shift from the old mindset to the new mindset of AI, building a digital AI workforce and have an army of AI agents like this working for you. The biggest mistakes businesses are making isn't that they're ignoring AI, is that they're thinking too small. They're asking, how can AI write me an email? How can AI summarize a document? And while these are useful practices, They are just incremental improvements. The real opportunity lies in asking a complete different question. What entire role could I perform with AI? What stopped me thinking in terms of individual tasks to system tasks to digital AI agents to reform or perform responsibilities, tasks, roles? AI is going to stop becoming a tool of one prompt and become a more valuable resource in small and business enterprise. So as I say that, these are some of the agents that are working right now. Our sales agent, our cold calling agent, a script agent was running this, a course builder agent, our Google Maps lead generation, right? These are agents that we're running at demand in our command center. Right? But let's touch on what's happening in the AI space as we speak right now. We see that OpenAI has reportedly started to build its first hardware device. OpenAI is developing a dedicated AI hardware product, a screenless voice. Imagine that, right? A voice-first device designed to make interacting with AI feel much more natural, right? And we just developed the prompts, right? That you can use with your phone. That's going to be a gadget or your laptop. The project is expected to focus on AI agents, right? With the greatest thought power of increasing your questionability and the productivity, right? Why this matters, right? Because the future of AI is not about chatbots. It's about working with AI agents. And right now, OpenAI are developing tools, right, what can assist agents to do their job. Now, Apple opens its new AI-powered Siri platform to problem beta users. This is literally, right, Siri operating your AI. Apple has expanded access to redesign Siri in the iOS 27 public beta. The new version is powered much more and capable of powering AI conversations, interpreting stuff, going deeper in app integration and liaising with AI agents. So we see it right now, right? Why does this not matter, right? Because you don't need another app, right? Now it becomes an operating system, right? Also, AI safety is now becoming a top priority for leading labs. Major AI companies such as OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google are increasing safety measures to prevent advanced AI systems from being misused in areas from moving into cyber attacks, biological threats, government, and other instruments, right? Now they're monitoring frontier models. Just imagine that, right? The future is AI agents will continue to dominate enterprise investment across AI industries. The biggest product announcements are continuing to revolve around AI agents capable of multi-step tasks with minimum human supervision, from coding assistance to marketing flows to business automations to company investing heavily in systems that execute work. I want you to understand what's happening in the AI scene, right? And why does this matter? Because today, this matches perfectly into what we're talking about, right? The next phase of AI is not going to be about asking prompts. It's going to be workflows, agents, and building a digital workflows, right? Now, check this. AI is spending or continuous in big drive tech strategy. Despite broader economic uncertainty, AI infrastructure remains the biggest, highest priority for technological companies because they're continuing to invest pour billions into data centers, chips, AI platforms, showing that the race is to build AI at accelerating rate. Why does this matter? Because every major technological company is becoming better using AI and enabling it as its foundation to function. So if that's happening at enterprise level, we need to bring it home to business level. It's so key and you understand that, right? So I'm just gonna, for those of you on the stream for the first time, my coding agent actually is down, so I'm just gonna give you a quick run through of the platform, right? Here are AI agents at work. We can speak to our AI agents, right, at any given rate. Now I'm just doing an optimization where when an agent runs, it will have a conversation with its latest status of run and what it's actually done. right? And also today I want it to be built around security, because normally we vibe code, we never really think about security, but these are security measures that have to be bought, especially when you're handling data, people's data, taking payments. Security and infrastructure is of high key. So this is how we measure our system's health, from security, infrastructure, database, APIs, MCP, DOS abuse attacks, database health and safety, right? So we measure this every single moment, right? Security measures that we measure, right? Exposed API keys. We have an indicator. Hardware password detection, right? Dependable vulnerabilities. SQL injection, right? XS risks, right? CRFE protection, HTT enforcement, right? Strong implication, right? MFA enablement, right? These are security measures, right? Which we are measuring every moment, right? Rating limits, failure login attempts, suspicious IP addresses, request attempts, bot activity, captures, WAF, firewalls. Imagine building your projects. If you're building projects, these are the things that you have to take to consideration, what many people don't, right? Login systems, pass rate hashing, right? Authentication providers, right? Session expiry, role-based control access, database, right? Safety, base last backed up, recession rates, slow queries, right? Failed queries, migration history, right? These are all stuff on the back end people never think about, right? The API upline, the average response time, the failure API calls, the hook failures, right? API inquiries, external integrations, right? Data protection in sense of GDPR checklists, cookies, consents, privacy policies, terms of service, deletion request policies, data usage policies, audit logs, encryption risks, right? And maintenance, right? Stuff that we have, dependent maintenance, security patches, upright scheduling, backup and logs, right? Restoring testing, right? These are key fundamental things that we need to test on our own projects to make sure our platform is reliable and it's safe sounds, right? So when people are vibe coding, a lot of people do not pay this a lot of attention, but this is what we actually have a back end dashboard to monitor 24/7, 48/4. And we actually also built a live custom agent on the platform, what does web support and security DSS reinforcement, right? So I'm just letting you know. But also we have a playbook, right? And the playbook, let me see the playbook now. Actually, let me go to see my chat. The playbook brings in so much factors, right? In our playbook, let me just switch to here. In our playbook, right, we actually have that industry playbook of any business that we work with. We put it in there and we assign the business overview, the ICP, the sales process, the ads and the hooks, the objection banks, the operating and SOPs, the knowledge bank. We put all that information there, then the agents can go to work and execute their daily tasks. We're also building out our content machine, right? This is a new flow that we're developing. We're working on this new flow. Our scheduling, right? How we schedule, like our conversations with external teams. Also, we can plug into Go High Level and other platforms, which whether your your CRM is. Also, missions is another important factor that we actually attend to, right? So, mission control. So we actually have a conversation mission control. But today, because we had some technical issues, I thought, let me just give you that update. We are going to be working on them, and we're going to have so much more to share tomorrow on stream. So stay fetched. Make sure, hopefully we'll overcome the technical issues we had today. I've just thought I'll jump on for a few minutes, right? Share my enthusiasm and passion about the platform, right? And how it can help. But lastly, let me just, I had some questions. I'm just going to end with some questions a few people have been asking. Well, I always get this. What's the difference between ChatGPT and a AI agent? Well, think ChatGPT just employs like waiting for instructions. It works when you give it a prompt. An AI agent is more like a project manager. You give it a goal, it figures out the steps and completes it, and it checks the results and adjusts it in approximation and is consistent with the guidelines, where ChatGPT just answers questions, right? Will an AI agent replace employees? Who knows? But in most businesses, AI agent won't replace entire employees. They will replace repetitive tasks that allow a team or a team member to spend more time on strategy, creativity, relationship building, decision making, and the key functions what make that business drive, right? They won't necessarily replace people, but there will be fewer people working, right? Because AI will be doing the majority of the tasks. What is the first agent in every business should have? That's the key understand. The first task is that working with repetitive tasks, time-consuming tasks, and following something that's a predictive process or workflow. For many businesses, that might be customer support, lead qualification, meeting preparation, research, social media, internal reporting. Don't try to automate everything at once. Just build an agent that solves a real problem and expand from there. And that's why we've built this platform to enable you and assist you. Do I need to know how to code to build agents? Absolutely not. Right, modern platforms like ours make it possible to build powerful AI agents, right? Because we already have the platform with little or no coding. Tools like NAA, which is like, and Zapier, which is a bit dinosaur compared to platforms that pre-built like ours will have AI agents, right? Make it easier to connect apps and platforms. Now we have our MCP, we can speak to 60 plus platforms, and now more platforms are starting to understand that communication method, right? What skill will be the most advanced in the AI era? Another question I get. Well, the most advanced skill won't be writing better prompts. It will be designing better systems and AI infrastructure, and explain it to small businesses and others, where people can identify business problems and break them down into workflows and build teams around AI agents that can solve these massive advantage. The future belongs less to the person who knows everything about AI tools, but more to the person who can orchestrate the entire digital layer and digital AI workforce. So, I want to thank you for this live stream, and I will catch you on the next one.